Welcome to the 2020 Herschel Bierman Pete Henningsen Annual Achievement Award in Packaging Education. My name is Sarah Wangler and I'm president of the Institute of Packaging Professionals Minnesota chapter. I am grateful and humbled to follow in the footsteps of all the great leaders that have served previously, to serve on the board of directors with some of today's most amazing packaging leaders, to learn from the fabulous instructors, deans, and presidents of schools with packaging programs, and to listen to our students as they explore and shape the future of the packaging industry. The Herschel Bierman Pete Henningsen Annual Achievement Award in Packaging Education is presented in honor and in memory of Herschel Bierman and Pete Henningsen, who were very influential in the Minnesota chapter and laid the groundwork for making us the thriving chapter that we are today. I know their journey was difficult and filled with bumps, but I am so appreciative that they had the vision of creating a professional organization where packaging professionals could come together to network, to learn, to problem solve, and to create solutions. I didn't have the privilege of knowing either of them, but I have heard the wonderful stories of them and the true visionaries and gentlemen that they were. Jack Grams, who was one of the early members and helped develop our chapter to what it is today, though retired, he serves on our board, is an active member of our chapter, and I'm pleased to introduce you to him.
My name is Jack Grams, and I've been affiliated with the Institute of Packaging Professionals for many, many years. I started actually with a group called the Society for Packaging and Handling Engineers. The Society for Packaging and Handling Engineers was dedicated primarily to the actual operations of packaging within plants. So those four institutions were getting money for their programs over many, many years. And it's actually seeded the community with talent from the package engineer level to the maintenance level on the floor. You have to look to the future as to what to expect, but you have to be in the present to get a job. So we're hoping that our students will learn from us and be able to be successful in their careers in packaging. I remember so many of the young men and women that get scholarships. They've come back and they've told us that their inspiration was from getting our scholarships. Not so much the money, but the fact that we encouraged them at a time when they needed the encouragement. And I am amazed in talking to each of the institutions, the Hennepin Votex and Indian Heads and Dunwoody. They're 100% employed by their second year. And a lot of these are two-year programs, but 100% employment, that is absolutely phenomenal.
Charles Christensen. I'm one of the two instructors at Wisconsin Indian Head Technical College in New Richmond, Wisconsin, automated packaging service. I have feedback from several companies that hired out of our program, and they say what we're doing is spot on for them. A lot of mechanical, a lot of PLC, some robotics, fluid power, and people skills. All of my students had multiple offers last spring, and that's very common. So they can more or less choose between companies and between maintenance or working for an OEM or field service.
We are grateful to be part of the Informa family and look forward to a bright future together, a future filled with connections, intelligence, and opportunities to help professionals grow, do business, make breakthroughs, and make better informed decisions. On behalf of IoPP, I extend a warm thank you to Informa. Through our unique partnership, we are able to give scholarships and help support packaging programs. Our organization, in partnership with Informa, supports 4 really great schools with packaging programs: Dunwoody College of Technology, Hennepin Technical College, University of Wisconsin Stout, and Wisconsin Indian Head Technical College. You are about to meet 8 really amazing candidates from these 4 schools. In my role as president, I have the honor and the privilege of talking with the candidates for this award before and after their interviews with the judges. I have come to discover that like firefighters run toward fire and law enforcement runs toward trouble, our packaging professionals run toward unsolved problems and find a tremendous amount of joy in fixing, in solving, in creating, and in innovating. At this time, I am pleased to share with you some of the tidbits from these conversations and introduce you to the 2020 Herschel Bierman Pete Henningsen Annual Achievement Award candidates.
I'm kind of technical and I like to work on my hands. So, I mean, automated robotics is kind of what is the as far as technology is moving towards. Everything's going that route. So, I figure, well, I like to, troubleshoot a lot of stuff, and I kind of know a little bit too, and so it just feels like it fit. I went to the Min Pack, and I didn't know what to expect when I first went there last year. But going there, they actually opens your mind to see so many things that packaging can be involved in, and so many other companies that are there to showcase whatever they have to. So
I knew about it from my sister. She's in packaging and just 2 years older than me. But I liked it because I was like interested in engineering, but I couldn't decide which kind. And I like packaging is like kind of more like artsy, like design compared to like, like the strict like manufacturing engineering, civil engineering. So I liked packaging for that.
So far it's been interesting to see what all goes into this industry. As far as the different pieces of technology, like seeing how my degree my first degree kind of intermingles with everything. So yes, a lot of problem solving, a lot of critical thinking, a lot of you're presented with, okay, here's this machine, we want you to make it work this way, and you giving constraints, and it's it's kind of interesting to solve an issue like that, because before it felt pretty open, but at the same time you're limited to what kind of operating system are you working with, what kind of what's the fastest your hardware can go, kind of. And I've been liking it. I enjoy their curriculum. It's a lot of it. The reason why I like to choose Dunwood, I don't know if it's the same in your school, but a lot of it's hands-on. Actually, in 2 weeks, I'll be going to one called Rapid Packaging.
Oh, right on.
So I'll literally be doing what these guys are doing, and be going into what they showed me so far was saran wrapping machines on pallets.
Oh, okay.
So they want me to maintenance and fix those, and then they also have different they look like smaller assembly machines, but they build it in house, and then they test to see what's wrong with it, and then they fix it and send it back. They're so they make bags, but what they're really doing is, or what I'm going to be really doing, is fixing their machines that put the bags together.
Right.
Like the hobby I have at home is I have a 3D printer.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah, and me being a slightly nerd, it's a gallantry system. That is what got me into this. Was a 3D printer.
Interesting.
Because I was like, all right, so at this thing, honestly, the 3D printer is what got me into this entire program, because I was like, all right, well, if this breaks, how do I fix it? Oh, wait, these things are being built today and being used in industries. What if I get a job working on these things?
I was given advice to just kind of absorb, kind of check out other students and see what type of people they are. And if they feel like they're my people, then maybe I should go there. And so for whatever reason, as soon as I was walking around Stout, I don't know, it felt like it was the right campus for me. So, and I came in undeclared, so I didn't come in knowing my program yet. But
okay.
Yeah, I shortly figured that out. Well, I'm a fourth-year student at UW Stout. I've tried to stay involved as much as I can with the program. I'm on the Packaging Association board at Stout. I'm on another club's board. So I'm a board member for 2 different clubs. I TA for one of our materials class here at Stout. The next semester I'll be TAing for a medical packaging class as well as the materials class. So I'm trying my best to just keep involved and experience a bunch. And
Yeah.
I've had one internship in the past doing distribution testing for hazardous materials.
Okay.
Over in Newport, Minnesota, Tenny Packaging Services.
Yeah.
And then I had an internship this summer. It got canceled because of COVID, but when I talked to the company in August, they eventually offered the same position for next summer. I think a big part of it was just the students and the faculty here at Stout. It was always a good environment, and just the premise of it being, engineering, but also some creativity and kind of some artistic aspect to it. That definitely hooked me in. Or that was a huge portion or a huge reason that I got involved in the first place. Also, I know that there's a lot of demand for it, so that also was very attractive to me, just because I wanted to get a job after college that related to what I was studying instead of something completely unrelated.
Right.
So yeah, I'd say a big portion is just the faculty, the students, and the hands-on activities that we do. It's always interesting. We're strictly as far as the packaging classes are concerned, it's always a 50-50 split between lectures in class and hands-on labs.
Okay.
Or like a project or something. If it's not a lab, then it might be a semester project. So it's definitely at least 50-50, maybe even more so a focus on labs.
Okay.
And I think I learned best hands-on. So I've always enjoyed the lab, so the TA position, I was definitely excited that I was offered that, and I've enjoyed it so far. And working with the students has always been, again, I guess that goes back to the students just being a very good group. It seems like in packaging, they've always been, they're just good students. I don't know. It's weird. They all are just very respectful and eager to learn. And I think it's such a niche industry that there's always a bunch of questions regarding the materials and the equipment. And since I'm helping them learn about that, I mean, I could talk about it for hours, but and I always give them more information than they probably want. Yeah, I've only heard good things about it. Definitely at Stout, it's a huge, that's like IoPP is kind of it's the most mentioned and like the biggest kind of packaging organization that they emphasize, especially Robert Meisner, our program director. He definitely, he always tells students, take the CPIT exam and sign up for the newsletter. And I'd say because of him, that's how I got interested in IoPP, and I did take that exam, and he definitely put IoPP on my radar. So I've only heard good things about it from Stout faculty. I'm keeping my options open. I'm not disregarding any industry or job, but I have been told that medical seems to keep, that's on my radar. Definitely, I've heard even though it's a little bit more of a rigorous industry, I think that's what interests me about it, and it's more challenging. And so I think that's what I'm looking for. My last internship was a small company, but then this next internship worked out perfectly because what I wanted to do was just do like the complete opposite of the last internship. So it was very hands-on, small company testing, whereas this next internship is bigger office. It's with H&I All Steel, so it's a furniture company in Iowa. And so it's definitely more of what would you call, like a corporate setting. So that worked out perfectly. So hopefully I can learn a little bit more of what I like and maybe what I want to try to avoid. But so far I haven't experienced anything that I'm actively running away from as far as a part of the industry that I don't want to be involved with?
Oh, well, it's my first semester here at Dunwoody, which is also kind of shocking to me that I was nominated. I was like, well, I'm about 11 weeks in. Yeah, absolutely. It's like working like hands-on and with, with your mind. It's not very eloquently a way to put it, but like, yeah, being able to combine everything. And I've always been really into robotics
Good for you.
and automated systems. Is like, I love watching videos of how things get made, in factory settings and whatever. So, and then, I don't know, just researching more is like, it's like very interdisciplinary in that you've got math, physics, all these things working together. Well, most people, I guess, in my major, whatever concentration become technicians. So, going into whatever setting and troubleshooting and finding issues or, assembling things. So yeah, I'm into that. Like, try that out at first, and then they also have another program so you can go back for 2 more years and get your engineering degree.
Okay.
And then you can design at that point too. So yeah, I mean, I love working hands-on, and I don't think I would get bored, but if I do, then I have that option too, to go back and like become an engineer and design the things myself. So
yeah.
even with COVID, we're still in class every day.
Are you?
Labs, and we're like physically building circuits and testing all sorts of things. So that's fun. It's a little bit easier than I thought it would be. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, like Boolean algebra. I was like really scared of it at first. It's like, oh, what are all these systems or whatever? But it's really just a big puzzle. It's like a big, for me, it's like a game. And that class, I actually haven't lost a point yet.
I didn't really know what to expect or what kind of questions I would get, but I don't know, I feel like it went really well. I'm currently going to Hennepin Tech, and I'm doing like a AAS degree in automation and robotics.
Awesome.
And I'm a leader of IoPP, like our student chapter at Hennepin Tech. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like going to school and working right now, and so it's like pretty busy, but at the same time I enjoy work and school, so it's not stressful. It's just I have to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. I work at Delcor. I'm like a student sub-assembly tech.
Okay.
So I work with like the sub-assembly people making tooling for the machines. It like involves a lot of things I'm interested in. I'm a lot more interested in like the robotics side of things.
Yep.
But I'm like also completely fine working with my hands on like mechanical stuff. And then, like I was saying to them in the interview, is I think it's kind of cool that packaging involves, like the mechanical side, there's like the robotic side, but then there's also like the more artistic design side of the actual package itself. I used to do a lot of cooking, and what they used to always say, cooking is like you eat with your eyes first. And so especially working with like packaging for food, a lot of it is like the look of the package is what makes a person decide if they're going to buy a product or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel like it's kind of cool, just like the different science behind how people react to certain things visually. And I think it's cool that more artistic side is like incorporated with kind of like, the mechanical or robotic side, which is sometimes seen as like the opposite. It is kind of weird because, me and Ku are the leaders this year, but at least I wasn't involved last year.
Okay.
And so, everything's different this year. And so a lot of stuff is like in the works, and we have plans on stuff, but typically we would be going to Chicago this year for like the Pack Expo, which is like at least not happening in person, So I think we have plans to attend digitally if that is happening. And then we're also working on setting up times to like meet in this format with different companies. Like a typical year, we would be visiting different facilities and meeting with companies and inviting other students to come, even if they weren't part of the chapter. Kind of missing out on certain opportunities that would be nice, but at the same time, it's still kind of nice to have the role and to like be the one to tell other students about it and try to get them to join or
Absolutely.
like attend career fairs that we have at the school and stuff.
Great. It was really cool talking to them and getting asked a lot of questions that, really made me think about all this stuff. Well, so most of my life I have been interested in problem solving and figuring out like how things work and why things are this way and that kind of thing. And so I'd wanted to be maybe like an engineer. But then I had looked that I didn't know if I wanted to be crazily in debt and doing a 4-year, because my older brother, that's what he did. He opted for mechanical engineering. He went to Platteville for 4 years, and that seemed like such a long time to be in school again when I just got out of high school. Like, I don't know if I want to go to school again right after being out of high school, let alone. And so, I wanted to maybe go to engineering school, but then it was a lot of money and a long school year. So I decided that, WATC, which is in my area, my mom went here for nursing program, and she really talked it up for me about how good WATC is. And so I ended up going to WATC New Richmond, and, I was like I was looking for something at WATC that would be interesting to me. And then I saw automated packaging, and I'm like, this is perfect. There's a guy in the class. He's a lot older, and he is really busy because he's working at a packaging plant while going to here. He's working in maintenance. And so he always brings his bag of tools, and he always has every single tool for everything. I hope to be a traveling maintenance technician so I can get a lot of experience. And then I'll go into a cushier, more like a place where I can stay in one place for a while. I'll be able to look at a lot of different equipment, a lot of different parts of the world. And not only is it looking at different machines, but it's also, if you're gonna be traveling, I'm gonna be seeing different cultures in different parts of the world, one job can open so many doors. Is just so surprising to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it? A lot of the people get asked right out of graduation or even before to work for their company because there's a big demand for us, which is great. Gaming, I liked. I fixed every like technical problem that my family had.
Good for you.
Because it was. I guess it wasn't so much that I loved computers, but so much that I liked figuring out things and fixing things and figuring out why things work the way they do. Which was pretty interesting. And then I figured out that I really like strategy games, especially ones that are similar to optimization on because there's a few games that I specifically liked. They were basically factory simulator games.
That class, I wanted to get more into working with electrical components that control robots and stuff like that. And my mom said I'm really creative with that. And I was like, I should do what my mom says. So I looked for schools that dealt with kind of like programming and playing with those sorts of things. And when I stumbled upon WITC, I noticed instantly the 2-year part of it and the acceptance rate right out of school. So I wanted to get in that field right away because I'm 19 right now, and I wanted to get into it as early as possible. So it really interested me. As far as the job opportunities go, it sounds like it's a great job field. And that's a big thing that interested me too, because I want to make sure I'm always in line for a future career because uh, especially right now during what's going on with COVID, but it still sounds like there's plenty of opportunities for me to spread pretty much everything I know. Once you learn this, the opportunity that is given to people like me in the packaging program, once you learn, you just keep learning, and that's a skill uh, that'll bring you anywhere in the job field, as far as I know, because if you keep learning and learning and applying that knowledge, you can get to the best of your field. And the field that packaging students are in are, as far as I know, in high demand. My mom she's only heard great things about the program at WATC where they went, and that's why it really interested me. Like I keep saying, it's a great job field, and that's what interested me the most.